Hey friends, I hope you're having a good day. I do not have anything planned. This is really raw and vulnerable and honest, and might not be for everybody, but sometimes that's really what I'm craving is just a real person to listen to, connect with, and relate to. So if that's what you're looking for, look no further. Right now, I'm really struggling with my mental health. And I'm very passionate about mental health in general and having conversations about it because, first of all, when we don't talk about things that we're experiencing ourselves, they really build and have a lot of intensity around them. And as we start to talk about it and unravel some of the shame that we feel around being human, and especially being humans today, where you can just go online and compare yourself. You can just open up Instagram for 30 seconds and immediately feel so much worse about yourself, immediately feel so behind. And I've been experiencing that in a really big way. So, I just want to talk about it. I just want to chat. I just want to put energy into the online space that is not so curated and can be a big exhale from all the noise. So if you've made it here, welcome. You know what? Let's take a deep breath in together. In through the nose. Exhale out the mouth. Let's do two more. Inhale through the nose. And exhale, release. Last one, make it count. Inhale, fill up your lungs. And exhale, release. Today, I got rejected from a job that I was really excited about. And I'm going to be honest, I have been spiraling today in such low self-esteem. And part of what I do, in an introduction that I could say, is I'm a mindset coach. And a lot of times I think we find careers and passions based on our own soul's journey, and loving myself and being kind to myself is a big one for me because I have ADHD, and I feel like there's not enough people talking about having ADHD and navigating taking medication, figuring out like what works, what doesn't work, understanding what are my strengths, what are my weaknesses. And I'm 25, so I feel like it's a weird age. And again, I think the more we can talk about it and share it and shed light on it, the more we can feel less alone. I'll be honest, feeling like shit today from this job. I found myself really productive for a couple hours of like applying for jobs and feeling like shit while doing it, but just doing it anyway. And then slowly but surely, a spiral just really took over. My thoughts were just so fucking negative, and I went upstairs to the rooftop of my apartment and just took some deep breaths in the sun. And I just repeated to myself, like, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. And that was so helpful because without even realizing it, the internal dialogue was, I can't. I can't. I fucking suck. I can't get a job. I can't do this. I can't do that. And as soon as I started saying, I can, I can, I can, the more my body started to relax and my heart started to open, and it's a really tough world we live in for so many reasons. But like, I don't know about you guys, but when I open up my social media, it's like all content creators, all people that are making $50,000 a day. um, and it's like this perpetual loop of I'm behind. And I feel like I'm still really stepping into the fullest extent of what I can offer to the world as like my healing services. But one thing that is really big for me is manifestation and understanding energetics, because I've manifested some crazy stuff so fast, so magically. I'm always so fascinated of like, what is that energetic concoction that allows things to come in? And what's interesting is I was really excited about this job, but I was having so much self-doubt. And maybe it's because like there's an aspect of the job that I wouldn't have actually wanted. And I know, deep down, I know the perfect job is on its way. And I know that like the best has yet to come. And I know that the more I repeat positive affirmations and fully believe them, that is such a powerful piece of it. The other piece of it that I'm still learning is that those core beliefs, yes, it supports reprogramming the subconscious mind to wire in these new affirmations, these new thoughts and beliefs. But like, I'm still figuring out to what degree do we need to actually go in and feel all of the feelings that have led to the belief of self-doubt. I think it's really important and it's very hard. So I want to say to anybody listening and to anybody who can relate to any of the things that I've said so far, or struggling with your internal dialogue, that you're not alone. I think the biggest thing for me, and I know for so many people, is that as we have those thoughts, it's so isolating and it feels like there's something wrong with me and everyone else has it put together. But the truth is, obviously there's varying degrees of mental health and mental stability and brain functioning. Like, I'm for sure ADHD and neurodivergent, and I'm always mindful of like, is there a disempowering element to owning that diagnosis? But I think with a diagnosis and with what feels empowering and what feels disempowering, it can come in waves. And like, what works for us one day, one moment, might not work for us the next. And allowing that to be okay and having so much grace for ourselves. Because I know I can feel like a project that I'm trying to fix, and like there's always more to fix, and I can get into these states of like, I'm not enough. And I share that just to be vulnerable, to create awareness around this tendency of being human, this experience I have, to just normalize it in case anybody else out there is looking to get some validation that if you're experiencing that as well, you're not alone. And I felt really overwhelmed to start recording this video, and I am really excited to keep posting on YouTube and to, share my voice and to share my love and to just show up and create this ripple effect in the digital dimension and really share my heart and soul. And it's so interesting, like, I've had so much avoidance because I felt like I needed to be really joyful, and I can be the most joyful, bubbliest ball of energy, but I'm human and it ebbs and flows, and I get into like weird thought patterns that disempower me. And so it's just interesting how easy it is for me to actually talk once I start. And I want to invite you to just take a few moments of mindfulness with me. So if you're sitting in a chair, gently find some length in your spine. I want you to close your eyes. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhale, release. Again, inhale through the nose. And exhale, release. Now I want you to keep your mouth closed as you find your breath slowly in and out of the nose. Giving yourself full permission to slow down, to be in this moment with me and with yourself. Maybe placing one hand on your heart as you feel love entering into your body on the inhale. And exhale anything that no longer serves you. This time, inhale, filling up your heart, filling up your cells with love. And exhale lots of love out to the world around you. Gently blink your eyes open. My friend told me this quote today. I can't remember it verbatim, but essentially it was this quote from Albert Einstein, and he was ranking the various forms of intelligence, and it was like smart, intelligent, brilliant, genius, and then simplicity was like the highest level of intelligence. And as soon as I heard that, it allowed my body to relax, because I'm a yoga teacher, I'm a mental health advocate. I can bring such a beautiful, calming energy to those I love. And so often I skip over time for myself in the morning and in the evenings because it feels like I just need to go, like get shit done. Maybe I can meditate for like 5-10 minutes, but then I gotta go. And it's like, then I go about the day running around and not getting as much done as I really could if I allowed myself to see it with simplicity. So thank you to anybody here listening and hanging out with me, and an invitation for you to simplify. If you're also looking for a job, knowing that we're in this together, an amazing job is on its way, and I feel so confident about that. As soon as I get out of my own head and I take action on the things that align with me, it immediately infuses my body, my brain, my whole being with confidence and reassurance that I absolutely can. And I hope you can remember as well that you absolutely can as well. So take time off the computer, take time off of your phone, off of social media, take a break from consuming, and allow yourself the gift of quality time with yourself. Allow yourself the gift of simplicity. I love you, I love you, I love you. I'm so grateful for you, and I'm just sending you such a big hug and such a beautiful week ahead. I'll talk to you guys soon.